You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Let's give the boy a hand. Let's hear it for my baby. You know you gotta understand.
1029. Hear it for the boy. That is an underrated song, you know?
Good song. It is a good song.
Mary Cordes is at one point the interim executive director and now the full appointment to it. Mary, how are you feeling after all of this?
Good, really good. It's been a exciting couple of months, just kind of getting into the groove of it, and it's going really well.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I really mean this. I don't think there could have been a better appointment, in my opinion.
Thank
and
you.
just from talking with the staff
Thanks.
at Hayner, and you've been there for quite a long
Been
time.
there for a very long time. I started in high school and thought it would just be maybe a 1 or 2 year job, and stayed through college and loved it, and have been there ever since. So,
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now take us through the employee. So how does that look whenever you go from one executive director to another? How's that process look?
It's there's a lot that goes into it, but it was made a smooth transition, and I appreciate that from our former director Bernadette Duvernoy. So it's been good. There's like everything, you know, you're getting used to a new job, but it's been a pretty smooth transition. So
Well, and you guys have a great team. It seems
do.
like, you know, the way where you work, whoever's leading a project, there's not really that, you know, boss that's just, hey, let's get this done. How can we help?
yeah,
You know,
yeah, we have a great staff. We have a very good staff, and that also makes the transition a lot easier.
Without a doubt. And there's a lot of great things coming down the
Yes.
pipeline. We talked all morning on the show about the pop-up event happening in Foster Township and
Yeah.
hopefully leading to more.
Yep.
And right off the bat, what are you looking forward to the most this summer?
This summer, well, we just started our summer reading
Yep.
program, so always looking forward to the summer reading program.
Actually, hold on,
It's-
shameless plug. Make sure if you missed that to hang out with Andrew Niederhauser and I on demand,
Yes.
RiverBender.com
Yes.
daily show. Sorry, I had to throw the plug out.
absolutely. So this year's theme is Oceans of Possibilities.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it started last week, and it continues through the July 12th for the kids, July 5th for the teens, and then the whole month of July for the adult summer reading program. So we have all kinds of performers from Circus Kaput, the St. Louis Aquarium. We've got magicians coming. We've got the Treehouse Wildlife Centers doing a weekly program where they bring animals. We've got craft times, story times. We got it all. So,
Well, and
yeah.
that Treehouse Wildlife picture went
Yeah.
nuts on
Yeah,
Facebook.
I know.
Well, it's
I know.
funny is I shared it and I went, man, why do I have all these notifications? It was all for the Treehouse Wildlife.
I know. You get a cute animal in a picture and you go viral.
You're good to go.
You're
There's
good.
your
That's all you
million.
need. That's all you need. Yep.
Well, what I think is so neat about how you guys do your reading programs is it's split up really well. It's not, you know, you're having, 12-year-olds with the 6-year-olds and all that.
Yeah.
It's really meant for the age group.
It is. It
and
is.
the collaboration. I mean, talk about
Yes,
that.
I
That's
know.
got to be exciting too.
It is exciting, and we're really happy. The community always comes out and helps us. You know, like I said, this year's theme is Oceans of Possibilities. So, the animals, the aquatic theme, treehouse, just everybody's always so happy to help us, and we really appreciate that. So.
Without a doubt. And now when we go through, and I'm looking at this lineup, and if you
Yeah.
haven't, where do we get the newsletter if we want one?
So the newsletter gets delivered to everybody's home if you live within the library district boundaries, which is Alton, Godfrey, and Foster Township. Comes in quarterly. In fact, you should be getting the brand new one within the next week or two at home.
Oh.
It's always on our website at HaynerLibrary.org. The new one should be on there sometime this week. We also keep copies at the front desk at all the library locations.
Well, I'm just looking through this, and yes, I got it early. I wanted to go through this. I mean, just the summer reading program really quick. I'm looking through so many great, events like this one with, the St. Louis Aquarium, What's an Octopus, and all of these really neat things. What's your favorite out of this run? Because it's going to be hard to pick.
It's going to be hard to pick. I'm always going to be a homer, so I'm always going to go with the local group, and I think it's Treehouse.
Yeah.
It's local. It's a good cause. The kids love it. It's entertaining and educational at the same time, and anything we can do to help a local organization, we also love to do because they help us. So
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And actually, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Treehouse always holds a special place in my heart, too.
Yep.
And, so with that, I'm going down the list of just the summer reading program, but also these events coming up in, August and September. But these are recurring ones that have been really, really just great fits for you guys. Take us through, all the efforts that, whether it's Science with Sam or Preschool Story Time or all of these really great activities. Who's responsible for really divvying up who develops that program and who helps?
We have a fantastic Kids Space staff, and our manager is Sharon Wyndham. And Sharon does a fantastic job of organizing all of this. And we have our staff, which is Sam Stakeoff and Teresa McDonald. And we have 2 new staff members that are helping out. We have a great staff. They put together, they kind of talk with the kids. What do you like? What are you interested in? And we just kind of figure out what the kids like to do and then expand on that. So story times are always a favorite, obviously. But we have new things. We've got a Dungeons and Dragons club. We've got a Lego club. We've got, like I said, Science with Sam. A lot of the things we realize, too, is our families can't always get to the library, in the mornings. We've got some passive programmings coming up in the fall. Late summer, early fall. So you can just drop in the library anytime, evening, weekends, and do it with the staff there. The other 2 staff members that we have that are new are Megan Dees and Starlene Drennan. So,
there you and welcome to the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and when I was out at Night Market, I can tell you this. I was talking to Sarah Dew, the writers of the RiverBend. Nothing but great things, because they talked about, some of the classes like the Writer's Circle and some other things, and there's so many things coming to life, like X's and So's and you name it. But, through all of this, you guys have a really great way of really just having this divvied up to where Lacey's leading the genealogy classes and you name it. Is there one thing in particular that's become just a massive patron favorite? Because I hate saying fan, because we all should be patrons of the library.
Patrons of the library. We've had, that's the really nice thing, is that everything that our staff, because our staff listens to our patrons. So we have really great staff members who've come up. Emily Schultz came up with the X's and So's idea because she had patrons coming in the library that were talking about wanting a place for crafters to just come get together and just not necessarily us provide the supplies, but them provide the supplies and a space to be able to talk with other crafters. So she came up with the X's and So's. So it's because our staff listens to what our patrons want. Everything seems to be popular. Everybody has a niche, and we're trying to address it. So, yeah.
Without a doubt. And I wanted to ask you this, because I'm going through this newsletter, which, if you guys have not gone through this, talk about extensive. I love this a lot. I wanted to ask you about Dial a Story.
Yes.
This is cool. I don't think I've ever known about this before.
Yes.
This is brand new for me.
Dial a Story is a throwback, but it's a popular throwback. So Dial a Story was a thing when I was little in the 80s, and it's old school. You can call on the phone, and we read a story to your kids over the phone. It's 462-TAIL, which is 462-8253. We try to put a new story every week or so. It's geared to young children. And it's about 5 minutes long, so you can just hand the phones to the kids, or put it on speakerphone, listen to the story. It's 365, 24/7, and it's an old school throwback program, but we love it. So
that is so cool.
Yep.
I think that's fantastic. I'm going to have to tell my grandma that, because she has the little ones, and she still has the landline and all the phone. And you can use the cell phone too.
You can use a cell phone. Cool. Yep. So so if you're not technology isn't your thing, you can dial 462-TAIL and TALE and have your kids a new story every week.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you about a few more things.
Sure.
My Library Crate, can I ask you about that?
Yeah, so My Library Crate is for teens. It's a book subscription. So teens just contact us. You can call the library. They can go online to HaynerLibrary.org and go to the Teen Space page, and you can sign up. We put together a box. It puts in a new release book based on what the teens like to read, put in some snacks, some surprises. And you just come and pick it up. You don't have to check it. We already check it out to you. If you have a library card, it's checked out to you. Just walk by the library, pick up your box. When you're finished, you return it and tell us you're ready for a new one. So it's like basically Netflix, but for books, and you just come in and pick it up when you're ready.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of just really staying in tune with your demographic and what you're wanting to do and innovating, I like the Teen Advisory Council.
Yeah.
So is this still open? Can people be a part of this? How does that work?
Yeah, so any teens that live in the district, the whole point is to have programming that the teens want to come to. Teens are really a hard demographic age group to get to do anything, and then you throw in libraries on top of that. Not always the thing they think of going to first. So we want to change that. And the way to do that is to ask the teens, what do you want? Tell us what you want. And so we have our Teen Advisory Council. Our next one is Wednesday. We have one on September 13th, but call the library because we have them more often than that. You can register. Tell us what you want. We always have snacks because the way to get teens to do anything is to have snacks.
Yeah, that's true.
So we have snacks. You can help us decide what we're going to do for teens.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then one last thing I wanted to ask you before we move on to some other stuff is the Wednesdays. This is kind of interesting as well. So 4 p.m. in the Teen Center at the Performance Room of Alton Square Mall. Is this just like a crafts?
Yeah. So it's sometimes we have crafts, sometimes we have games, and when we say games, we have the retro vintage board games plus gaming, and we do takeaway crafts, we do diamond art. We do glow-in-the-dark bingo. We do all kinds of stuff for the teens. And that's at our Alton Square location. Upstairs, we have a performance room, and it's upstairs. It takes place there. And it's all free.
And that's what I think we always need to realize is everything we've talked about.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything we talk about is free.
Well, and too, what I think is fantastic are these presentations that are coming down the pipeline. Because I've already, if you guys haven't, another plug, RiverBender.com/daily show for our conversation with Mark Pearson, the story of the Mississippi River Festival, which is happening on July 15th at 10 a.m. I wanted to hit on this because I think this is going to be one where there's so many people collaborating on and telling stories and going, oh my goodness, I remember when they were there.
Yep.
Take us through this event. What can we register in advance?
Yeah, you can register. Now, I will say seating is limited. It's in our genealogy and local history library, which is one of our smaller locations. It's Saturday, July 15th. So again, we're trying to be receptive to the fact that people can't always make it during the day during the week. So it's on a Saturday, July 15th at 10 a.m. Mark Pierce has written the book When the Stars Came Out, the story of the Mississippi River Festival. And he's going to talk about the history of the River Festival, the performers that came, some reminiscence from people that were there. I'm sure, there'll be a discussion. I just had a discussion a couple weekends ago with some friends about the MRF and all the acts that they got to see. And it was just a really amazing time in the life of SIUE on the campus. And some of the acts that came were just incredible.
I couldn't believe it when he was telling. I'm going, wait, who?
I know.
Did you say Janis Joplin?
Yes, yeah, I know. Janis Joplin, Ella Fitzgerald, who's one of my favorites.
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, I know. It's kind of amazing.
Oh, and yes, we said the Grateful Dead too. I mean, when you think of those, that's a fantasy lineup.
Yes. Yeah, I know. Well, especially when you think about the fact the Grateful Dead, Dead and Company was just here in St. Louis and the price of those tickets. And, this was an event, families went to see. So amazing.
That's fantastic. And there's so many things, and I'm so glad we get to do a real dissection on this because Andrew and I have so little time to get through things, and it's great to open this up. So now from story to film is something that's really taken off. And this one, Little Women, now you got some time, but from story to film, whenever these events go on, how long has this been in the running? Now this is newer, isn't it?
This is newer. This is just within the last quarter or two.
That's what I thought.
And so one time we read a book. We have a group that comes together, and everybody is welcome to join. We read a book, and then a week or 2 weeks later, it's in the newsletter.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to keep track of all these dates
imagine.
and times. Then we come together and watch the film that the film is based on, and it's great to kind of have a discussion then about what did they change, what should they have changed, what do you think, was it better? The book is always better, but
exactly. Look at Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly.
You could have made 4 movies off the Goblet of Fire, and you shortchanged us with that one. I'm still hurt. Well, and Mary, one last one for you, and then I'll circle back.
Sure.
Just your tenure here is Community Science Series. Now this is with the Nature Institute's Ramona Pollard, who is just fantastic.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, really talk about just community right there. And the next one, July the 18th at 6 p.m. Take me through what this looks like, and then I'll ask you about the September one, just to throw that out there as well. Yeah,
so Ramona is coming from the Nature Institute, and we have 2 programs set up with her. The first one, and their Community Science Series. So one of the things that's in the news right now are people, being attuned to what's going on in the natural world and wanting to help get data together for that. And so Ramona's going to come and talk about how people can do that, how we can do community science projects together and you can turn in your data. So the first one we're going to do is the early bird gets the worm. She's going to be talking about community science projects that focus on birds, talking about migration patterns, species abundance, and nesting behaviors. And then the second one is small changes. It's from NASA. Small changes can be significant. And she's going to talk about what satellite images are telling us about the natural world, and then how our patrons can observe clouds, weather patterns, and other day-to-day changes that can help NASA do their work just by doing some reporting on that. So
that's really cool. Yep. All right, I told you, I lied. One more.
Okay.
Adult summer reading program, because we didn't get to hit on this with Andrew.
Yeah.
This happens, this starts July the 1st?
July 1st. It's the whole month. So we're doing the adult summer reading program at Alton Square or downtown, and patrons 18 and older can come in, and it's basically one giant month of playing summer reading bingo. So
nice.
Every week there's going to be different challenges that people can complete, and they'll check it off on their bingo card. And then as they turn those in, they win chances to win 3 of our grand prizes, which one of them is an outdoor egg swing chair, one is an 2-in-1 fire pit and grill, and the other one is an outdoor game set that is badminton, volleyball, horseshoes, flip top, and frisbee.
I like the prizes.
Yes.
I'm ready to win one now.
Yes.
And I think that's fantastic. So for more information, just go to Hayner Library.
HaynerLibrary.org or call the library.
There you go.
Yep.
And just to keep, just mark your calendars too. Steve Davis going to be there August the 15th. Wednesday is 1 year anniversary of my show.
Happy anniversary.
Of course, well, you know what's weird, and I hate to say this out loud. I had to remember the date because if I knew I did it on a random day, I would forget.
You wouldn't.
I did it on August 16th for a certain reason because that's the day Elvis died. So I figured, okay, yeah, that's the day my show started.
Okay.
Really weird correlation, but
That's
yeah,
all right.
there you go.
Whatever helps you out.
Steve
you know?
Davis on August the 15th at 6:30. John Lynn, Dead People of Illinois. Okay, this sounds pretty interesting.
This is fun. It's an underground presentation. He's a researcher, and he's coming to explore the hundreds of Illinois cemeteries that he has researched to find interesting gravestones and headstones, intriguing lives and deaths, and lots and plots of funny names that he's found along the way. So yeah, we would love for people to come out to that.
Oh,
too.
I got to get him on the show. That's
he would be fantastic. Yeah, he would be great.
To.
Yeah.
And then, of course, mark your calendar one last time for September 23rd, the Sacred Marriage of Heaven and Earth and Han Dynasty Art and Architecture.
Yeah, we have an art talk series that our reference librarian Johanna has been putting together, and she's focusing. We have a lot of people that come in the library that are interested in art and the different aspects of art, and so she's been bringing in local artists, local artisans, and this is just one more in her series.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Mary, what's it feel like, though, after all this work? You know, you worked here at the library for a long time, and you know, we're able to talk about the events, and you guys do a great job. But really, just to be where you're at now after your journey started, what's the thought?
My thought is that we're so lucky to have this library in our community. I obviously am quite biased in thinking that we're one of the best, if not the best, resource in the community. But we have so many great patrons. Gotten to know so many great patrons over the years and make so many friendships and acquaintances and collaborations. And it feels good to know that I can help in some way guide us through the next few years and make us hopefully an even better institution. We have wonderful staff, could not do anything without them.
Yep.
And we have a great board who is supportive of everything that we try. And that's my favorite word is try. We'll try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and we'll try something else.
Failure's okay?
Failure is okay. I know. Who knew?
To me, though, it's great to hear you guys say that, because you guys really have created a community, and it's, you look at other libraries around, not picking on them, but they don't. It doesn't seem like they have that support that you guys have earned.
We have a lot of support, and that's the main thing. I mean, our fellow libraries and librarians in the area are so wonderful, and they do so many good things for their community. And we're so lucky here too that we have a supportive community, we have supportive patrons, we have supportive businesses and organizations that help us along the way, and we couldn't do anything without them. And it's kind of nice at being the director, getting to see every aspect of that. When you're in your own department, sometimes you just know what's going on there, but to really be able to dig in and see how many great people we have is is probably my favorite part of the job.
Without a doubt. And one last question. Well, actually, I have two because I forgot about one.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, are you planning on, are you just, during your tenure, keeping things the way they are? Because if it's not broke, don't fix it, and just trying to lead? Or is there something specific that you are looking to bring in?
I think we'd really like to get out into the community more.
Yeah.
We've always been a partner in the community, but really being visible at different community events, doing our pop-up library, taking the library to people. That's something I know I have been especially focused on. I know our board would really like to do that. So just getting out, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think what we do is really good, but you can always improve and always be better and be more receptive to patrons. And, right now people have busy lives and trying to get to the library can be difficult. So let's try to bring the library to people where they're at. So,
Absolutely. And one last thing, because I think this is fantastic.
Yes.
I almost buried the lead there. Hayner Library is announcing a quarterly fine amnesty program. Now, take me through this.
Okay, so what this is we've always had 2 fine amnesty programs throughout the year. We've had Food for Fines in October and Food for Fido in April. And during those months, patrons can bring in long overdue Hayner Library materials and return either some clothing, some pet items for the Food for Fido that we'll then donate to 5A's and waive your fine, or bring in a canned good in October and we donate that, waive your fine, and donate that to the Crisis Food Center. So we decided to add 2 more to our roundup: the Cold But Kind in January, and Supplies for Summer in July. So if you have an overdue Hayner Library item and it's long overdue, even if it's gone to a build status, and you're cleaning out your car and you think, oh my God, that was due 3 months ago, I'm going to own this book, you can bring it back to the library. And in July, you can bring a personal care item, and we will donate some supplies to the Alton School District for the students that might need them. So, shampoo, deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, that kind of thing. And then also the Crisis Food Center. And then Cold But Kind in January, you can bring in socks, mittens, hats, stocking caps, that kind of thing. And we'll, with your Hayner Library item, we'll waive your fine and then donate those items as well. So people have been very generous to us, and we'd like to return the favor. And having a quarterly fine amnesty program helps everybody out. It helps the families that might have super overdue things, and helps out the community of people that can benefit from it. So
chef's kiss right there. I couldn't say it better myself. I mean, that is a really great thing, and really just right off the bat to come in and really just keep things going and really just add to it is really fun to watch, and really just the best of luck in your tenure.
You.
And
thank you.
You always have a supporter over here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't know if you'd want that.
We'll take any support we can get. Yes.
Mary Court is the new executive director. Well, somewhat new still at Hayner Library. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll talk again soon.
Thank you.
10:50 on this 12th day of June. It's a Monday in downtown Alton. A quick break. We wrap up our daily show next.